Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Mitchell. Hey, today's video is going to be the #1 way to tell if she likes you without asking. Okay, so this is basically going to be watching what a woman does, not what she says. Okay, so women, so what Doc Love, okay, if you know who that is, he said that women judge with their feet. So what that means is if you're like you're moving across the country, and this woman's choosing to move with you. She's choosing to be with you. That means she loves you enough to want to move with you, okay? So that's going to be the concept of the video then, is like gauging a woman based on based on her actions, not what she says, okay? So let me try to give you some examples of this, because a lot of the times guys will get hung up on what a girl said and they won't watch what she actually does. And I just talked about this in one of my other videos, but like, for example, women do things based on how they feel about you in the moment. So if she told you she loved you 5 days ago, she loved you 5 days ago. But if she's saying she hates you today, then she really hates you, okay? So, in the easiest way to explain this is, let's say that you are talking to a girl. So I'll give you an example. I was at this place called Yard House the other day, and my server was super hot, and I was kind of buzzed from drinking, and I was just sitting there talking, and we were having a great conversation. I thought she was interested in me. I mean, she was pulling out her phone. She was showing me pictures of her, showing me videos of people in her, because I'm in a wheelchair. She's an occupational therapist, or she's trying to be. And so I was getting the idea that, all right, cool. Well, I mean, I'm calling this girl hot. She's being receptive, and we're talking. She's pulling out her phone. I asked her for her phone number, and she immediately grabbed my phone and opened. I told her my code, and she opened it and put a new contact in. So I'm like, all right, well, that's a pretty good a pretty good sign that this woman's interested in me. Her actions when I asked for her phone number were to immediately grab my cell phone and put her number in without even hesitating. Now, what I want to point out is men will tend to think women are more interested in them than they actually are, okay? So please know, guys, that if you're in the dating scene right now, even if a girl does this and you think she's really into you, women will give you their phone number and then not contact you or not reach back out to you later on, because that they just don't want to tell you no, okay? Women don't want to hurt your feelings. So in this case, it's been 3 days now since I reached out, or Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days, and I have not heard back from her. So likely at this point in time, I probably won't. Okay, and if she does in the future, that's great. But but again, so her actions of giving me her phone number were like, yeah, I like you. Here's my phone number. But when I reached out to try to set a date with her, I have not heard from her. So her actions are choosing not to get back to me. Okay, so right now, that means that she's not that into me. Let's say that, so there's another thing that you guys gotta understand is women who like you will make things easy. So if you try to plan a date with a girl, and this isn't like this, it could be your first date, second date, third date, whatever, all right? If you're trying to set up a date with a girl and she makes it easy and you say, hey, let me know when you're free next, let's go out for some drinks and have some fun and hang out. And she tells you, she comes back and says, yeah, that sounds great. I'm free on Wednesday or Thursday. Would either of these days work? Yeah, I can do Thursday. Well, how about 6 o'clock? Let's go out for happy hour. Is that cool? Yeah, that works for me. Great. Meet me here at this time. If something changes, give me a call. Let me know. Otherwise, I'll meet you here. All right? She'll be like, oh my God, yeah, I can't wait to see you. So in that case, then her actions, well, I get her actions in that moment, or she's made a date with you. Now, if she actually follows up and shows up, that's a good thing, okay? But if this girl, let's shift gears in. Let's say you ask this girl to hang out, and she gives you one of these two options. She gives you like a maybe response. Yeah, maybe I can maybe hang out sometime this week. I'd have to let you know. In that case, she did not set a date with you. She kind of like, she said like, I don't want to hang out with you, but I'm going to give it to you in a way that's not going to hurt your feelings. Maybe I can hang out this week. So in that case, if she says maybe, do not accept maybe dates, all right? We only want definite dates. So if you accept, and why we don't want to accept maybe dates, it's because the self-respecting and self-loving thing to do is to only spend time with people that want to spend time with you. So if she says maybe, like maybe I'll hang out with you, she's either got another guy in the picture or she just doesn't value you enough to want to hang out with you. So in that case, say, hey, I don't do maybe dates. So reach out to me later on when you know your schedule and we can make a date then, or we can get together then. It doesn't really matter. Just going to tell her, hey, I don't do maybe dates, but when your schedule's more free, reach out to me then. All right, and you just say that. That's going to give the girl two options. She's either going to come back around because she wants to see you, and that's good, or she's going to not talk to you ever again. And in that case, then you win either way, because you're not going to have to hang out with the girl that doesn't want to see you, and then you can hang out with the girl that actually wants to be with you. So if she comes back around after setting up a maybe date, she's choosing to be with you, right? Now, the other example, so right there, if a girl gives you a maybe date, you're going to use the takeaway close, and you're just going to draw the offer back, and you're just going to say, hey, all right, you know what, I don't do maybe dates, but let me know when your schedule's free. We'll plan something then. The other time is maybe she doesn't say the word maybe. She just flat out just goes, yeah, my schedule's, I don't know when I can hang out, or I'll have to think about that. I'll have to think about when I can see you. I'm kind of busy. So that's another way of basically just saying, like, I don't want to hang out with you. So in that case, you're going to use the takeaway again. So her actions in these two situations are not what we want. Her behavior, her action is like, yeah, I don't want to see you, but she's telling you, I'm busy, or maybe I can see you. But that's her. But the bottom line is she's not making time to see you. I've had an ex-girlfriend that I would ask her to do something for me. So I'm in a wheelchair, so I can't do a lot of things on my own. So if I do ask for help, I'm asking for a very specific reason. So like, I want it. Otherwise, I'll find a way to do it myself. So when it comes to cleaning my car, I've got a 2022 Mercedes-Benz E-Class, and when I lived with her, I had an M4 competition. I would ask her, because she would go out to vacuum her car. I said, hey, babe, because I used to go out there and wash her car, like wash it myself and whatnot. And I was like, hey, babe, hey, can you vacuum my car? Would that be cool? And she was like, yeah. So she agreed to doing it, but then like she wouldn't do it. Like she would vacuum her car and then just completely forget about mine and not do it. That would piss me off, because if I tell you I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking do it. And that's just a sign of disrespect for me. And she would do that so often, where I would cause a big deal. I'm like, dude, you told me you would do something and you're literally choosing not to. She's like, do you want me to do it now or like what? I'm like, well, if you told me you're going to do something and you're in the middle of doing it, yeah, do it now. So that way I don't have to worry about it. Because if I ask you to vacuum my car and 4 days go by and you're in the middle of work and I want my car's filthy, what am I going to do? I can't clean it then. So in that situation, yeah, if I ask you to do something and you say you're going to do it, just do it now and get it out of the way. I would do it. And now there are some cases where, like, as long as if you say you're going to do it, then you can give it some time. And if she's like, can you take this to the mail office, for example? And like, yeah, I'll take it in like a couple hours, something like that, right? But in that situation, it would go like she would say that, and sometimes the weekend would go by and my car's still dirty, and then another week comes around and I'm like, hey, you told me you'd clean my car last week and you haven't yet. Like, that's kind of rude that you told me you would do something and you're choosing not to do it. So her actions, this girl's actions at that time, and this is confusing because this was a really good girl. Okay, not going to get into that relationship. It just, our time ended, but this was a really good girl. And so at that time, her choosing not to do that kind of like confused me. I'm like, hey, like that's kind of rude that you're not doing that. Like, what the fuck? Now, other ways on how to tell if she likes you, again, her actions. So we already talked about, she sets a date with you. Anything a woman does, I can't give you any more specific examples in this video. I got to go and get tattooed here pretty soon. Finishing up my leg. But the bottom line, guys, is if a woman says one thing and what she says does not match her actions, so if she says she wants to go on a date with you and she makes a date and she shows up, that's good. Her actions match her words, and that's a woman who's choosing to be with you, and that's the type of girl we want. But dealing with women who say one thing and then do another thing is going to cause you nothing but frustration in your life. I have been there. I have done that. I just gave you an example, and that girl in particular I thought was the one until she broke up with me, right? So with that being said, like, you guys, then I'm trying to teach you, like, I don't care what a girl says. If she says she loves you, or if she says we can hook up tonight and then you guys don't hook up, well, she's not feeling like wanting to hook up with you anymore. That's annoying. So that being said, guys, if you see a link in the description, my new book on how to teach men how to get better at dating and long-term relationships so you can maintain a healthy love with the love of your life is going to be available. So if you want to check that out, there will be a link taking you to a new page. There will be a video on that page that's going to explain how that book is going to help you. And then that'll be, that will show you like if that's for you or not. Also, my coaching will be available at the time of you seeing this, so I will have slots available if you want to work with me on a one-on-one environment. Really, just level up your life much faster than what I might be going now. Might be doing now. I help, I help people with personal development, mindset, confidence, living in a state of like abundance, so you're not really like depressed all the time. And then also life mastery. That could be just anything from personal related relationships, business or career. Since I work for myself, and I'm just going to teach you what I know and what works, how to make money, and how to become a better person. With that being said, guys, if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe so other people can see it. And with that being said, I'm going to go get tattooed now, and I will talk to you guys later.